Alrighty guys, we're back for some Mishra Aggro, and this is a Brothers War standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? This one's based around Mishra, claimed by Gix. This is a 4-mana, 3/5 legendary creature, rockin' Rakdos colors up there. Whenever you attack, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of attacking creatures. That ability is actually pretty solid. It seems pretty strong, but then also it has a chance to meld here. So if Mishra claimed by Gix and a creature named Phyrexian Dragon Engine are attacking, and you both own and control them, exile them, then meld them into Mishra lost to Phyrexia, it enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. So, Mishra lost to Phyrexia is a 9/9 legendary artifact creature. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you get to choose 3 of these. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Mishra deals 3 damage to any target. Destroy target artifact or planeswalker. Creatures you control gain menace and trample until end of turn. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1 until end of turn. Or create 2 tapped Power Stone tokens. That's pretty insane. If you ever actually get the chance to meld this, you're probably wrapping up the game right then and there. However, I do think it's going to be pretty difficult to meld this overall because of all the removal packed into standard right now. But we'll see. Maybe it's easier than I think. Maybe we'll get to see it today. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? So what does it meld with? Phyrexian Dragon Engine, a 3-mana 2/2 with double strike and unearth for 3 and double red. When it enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. So even if we don't meld this, guys, this also just looks like a solid card. Like, both of these just seem pretty good, so we're not too concerned about melding. It would be pretty cool to pull off, but yeah, we'll see, huh? Okay, what else is in the build here? Well, we got 4 Kumano faces Kakkazan because it's a ridiculously good card. We got 4 Phoenix Chick because it's awesome and the evasion's going to come in handy. We got 4 rabbit batteries. This being an artifact creature might come in handy in here. We'll go over why in just a second. Single play with fire because it's a terrific. And then also, we really have to consider adding more cards to every build that can deal with Brutal Cathar, because I am running into a ton of soldiers, and Brutal Cathar is kind of their main removal, so just something to think about, I guess. But also, those soldier decks know how to boost the Brutal Cathar above our burn as well, so yeah, something to think about, I guess. We have a single Transmogrant Crown here. Now, this is a 2-mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. When equipped creature dies, draw a card, and then you can equip it for 2 mana or a single black mana. Yeah, seems pretty solid, even when you're not, like, just building around this ability. I think it can be pretty aggressive. Just imagine attaching it to a Phoenix Chick, for example. We win with Phoenix Chick often because it just has flying and it gets in damage in the air, you know? So equipping a crown to it seems pretty deadly, and then if the opponent does find removal for it and it ends up dying, then at least we get a draw off of the crown too. Then also this is an artifact as well, so again, the artifacts might come in handy. We'll go over why in just a second. We have a couple Go for the Throats and a couple Abrades in here. More removal, and these could probably be your removal of choice, but I think it's pretty cool that Rakdos can rock the destroy target non-artifact creature, and then the Abrades that can just destroy target artifact too, so I think that's pretty sweet. We got 3 Feldons in here. Ronom Excavator. So, this is a 2-mana 2/2 with haste. It can't block. Whenever Feldon is dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library, choose one of them until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. The more I play with Feldon, the more I don't want to call it necessary, but it's just like, it's so good. Every time I play with it, it puts in so much work, guys. Like, imagine they can't chump it very well at all. If they're ever forced to chump this, then the opponent's probably losing. But imagine they block this with like a, I don't know, like a graveyard trespasser or something. Then you get to look at the top 3 cards of your library and then pick one of them. And it's not until the end of this turn, it's until the end of your next turn. Like, yeah, the more I play with this, I don't know, dude, it seems super powerful. I bet it will put in some work today. We have 3 Squees in here. Going wide is probably going to be pretty important with cards like Mishra with that top ability. I mean, if we have a wide board state, that top ability can just close up a game pretty fast on the Mishra, so Squee going wide is important. And then also, the bottom ability on Squee happens a lot more than you would think, because getting 4 cards into the graveyard happens to be pretty easy. Okay, Mishra, Excavation Prodigy. A 3-mana 2/1 with haste, you can pay 1, tap it, discard a card, then draw a card. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifact cards, add double red. This ability triggers only once each turn. So, pretty sweet card. Now, you see why I mentioned the artifacts maybe being a good thing in here. Like, we could always discard that crown to the Prodigy and maybe drop a Phoenix Chick and a Kumano faces Kakkazan on the same turn off of the mana with the Excavation Prodigy, right? So, pretty cool little card. I don't think it would be worth having more than one of them in here, but also it works with something on the top end, which I should probably rearrange a little bit. Ironhoof Boar is an artifact creature. A 6-mana, 5/4 trample haste. So, it has channel. For 1 and a red, you discard Ironhoof Boar. There it is, right? Target creature gets +3/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. So this pairs beautifully with the double strike on the Dragon Engine, because now you're giving that trample to that double strike creature and getting in for a ton of damage. But then, of course, the discard on the Ironhoof Boar works pretty well with the Excavation Prodigy as well. So, yeah, I think it's going to be worth having 2 of these for sure. Especially since on the very, very top end, we have a single Mishra Tamer of Fawa. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, but it sounds right. 5 mana, 4/4. Permanents you control have ward, sacrifice a permanent. That's pretty ridiculous. Each artifact card in your graveyard has unearth for 1 black and a red. So I believe that also counts the Phyrexian Dragon Engine, even though it has its own unearth cost, right? So you could potentially make that unearth a little cheaper, but also you could unearth things like the Ironhoof Boar, which is pretty cool. I know it's expensive, but you could unearth the Rabbit Battery, then drop haste on something too, but just, like, we're not really looking at it as all the different unearth abilities here. Like, we're not looking at this card only to have the combo with the Ironhoof Boar. I think that top ability, giving all permanents ward, sacrifice a permanent, is pretty cool. And then it's just another Mishra to have in here for the theme. A little bit of thematic flavor, I guess. If you don't like this card on the top end, go up another Play with Fire. I think you'll be pretty satisfied. A couple Mishra's Foundry over here in the mana base, as well as our dual lands, a Crucible of Defiance, and an abandoned Mire here too. Honorable mention, Reckless Stormseeker is a much easier way to give haste to the claimed by Gix, Mishra. But I couldn't find room for it this time. I kind of just want to go wide with this particular deck as well. And so I think the Squee is just going to be a little bit better here. But Reckless Stormseeker is definitely worth the honorable mention. Alrighty, guys. Hopefully I went over the deck well enough. There was a lot packed in here, so either way, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. We'll see if we can get right into that first match here. Heck yeah, we do. The Brothers War released, and a ton of people are playing. this past week. Okay. No black source, but do we need it? Nah. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. This hand is terrific. Feldon could help us find that black mana as well, so... Also, just having a turn 2 Feldon after the Kumano drop is pretty insane. Okay, we found a Haunted Ridge, so that's good news. Let's get that Feldon down. Let's swing for 3. I'm pretty happy that we went first here. Plaza of Heroes. Uh-oh. What could that be? Tenacious Underdog, huh? Okay. Okay, I mean, Kumano with the Exile ability and everything. So we have the Foundry open. We also can reconfigure battery, but I'm going to get the engine down here. This is a full swing for sure because Feldon's ability is just disgusting. Okay, I mean, yeah. Let's see what we find off the top with Feldon's ability. The Exile off the Etching's great here too. Man, we're seeing a lot of land here. Let's go ahead and get that Dragon Engine. And we will play that one this turn. Yeah, that's a lot of mana. So it's good that it's gone now though. That's good news because I don't think we necessarily need more than 5 per game. So Rabbit Battery. Keeping the 3 open over there. I'm not sure dropping everything is the best decision. So let's reconfigure Rabbit Battery number 1 into the Double Striker. And let's get Rabbit Battery number 2 down to attack. I guess. Get it ready too. Maybe give the other Dragon Engine haste when it comes time. Some simple removal, like go for the Throat doesn't hit the Dragon Engine. City of the Empire does though. At least we get to keep the Rabbit Battery. Also the Unearth on the Dragon Engine too. Like as soon as we run out of cards, we're gonna be able to unearth the other Dragon Engine. Opponent's down to 8 here. Alright, we'll get that other mountain down, because the one black source on the ridge is completely fine. Let's get this down, right? And then maybe... Let's see, they're gonna chump there, so we might as well go like this. Yeah, we need to give it haste though first. They're gonna take 3. Okay. Let's go ahead. We could have done this before combat too, but we're gonna reconfigure that way. If they do wipe the board or something, at least we have our Rabbit Batteries. Because they're not close to a farewell yet. Tenacious Underdog. Which I believe Farewell also hits all artifacts too, right? Yeah, they have the chump blockers, unfortunately. Probably more removal in hand here too. Could choose to go wide here. I think what we're gonna do, get the Phoenix Chick down, unearth the Dragon Engine in full swing, and see where their removal hits. Also, 3 cards to hand. That's pretty gross, guys. That's pretty gross. Both of these having double strike too, yeah. I do wonder what's in hand. That's going to get exiled, which is terrific for us. So must be removal for this Dragon Engine here. We found the second Mishra's Foundry. Squee's just amazing too. Wow, yeah. Yeah, GG opponent, wow. I wonder what was in their hand. I mean, it was looking pretty terrific for us there overall, but I'm wondering, so if they would have taken the 4 from Etching and Phoenix Chick and went underdog block on here, then they would still be in it. But that's if they didn't have removal for this Dragon Engine anyways. And if they did, I guess they decided that we just had the upper hand overall. That was pretty solid, guys. That was pretty good overall. Kind of showing off the Dragon Engine's just power, like the fact that it's just a good card even if you're not trying to meld. That was pretty sick. I'm pretty happy that we got to unearth there and use the ability to restock our hand. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, I guess I think this is actually a mulligan. We go first too. I think we can find a much better hand here. Like the 4 red sources is a little bit weird. Yeah, we can send the Tamer. And then we have 3 red 1-drops, huh? Alright, it's fine. Send the Tamer back. Let's get these down. And we're actually going to start. Yeah, we're going to start with Kumano, because getting a counter onto Phoenix Chick is pretty good. And that might mean that we're just going to go Haunted Ridge here. Okie dokies. Let's get that Haunted Ridge down, because we're not going to play the Swamp. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Could keep the Swamp open. Nah, this is fine too. We'll get it down and ready, just in case we, like... Yeah, I guess either way it didn't really matter. Mano's flipping next turn. It's a fast hand, but it's also, like, I guess, I don't want to call it a weak hand. Just all of our early plays right now. Tons of stuff to draw into, though. One of the interesting things with our Mishra 4-drop and the Rabbit batteries is it would be better to keep the Rabbit batteries not equipped to a creature. That way you're getting more damage in with that Mishra ability. So that's something to think about. We might end up like reconfiguring sometimes just for the sake of doing that. Okay, they dropped a Voltage Surge on our Phoenix Chick. Okay. Some Grixis with a Voltage Surge, huh? Yeah, we can't play everything again. So I think it's gonna go... Actually like the Rabbit battery play this turn. Here's why. Okay. So, it's an extra damage, sure. But a deck like Grixis has so much removal. I don't know, there's something that I just like about the Rabbit battery play a little bit more than getting more cards down. Can't really explain it. Yeah, Harvester's a bit of a problem, though. More mana, it's not terrible. Because now if we top deck our main Mishra, right? It's a great trade for the opponent. Let's get that Phoenix Chick down. Let's get the other Kumano down. Man, that Swamp's really been messing with us. Because if I just attacked with the normal battery, we could have potentially brought the other Phoenix Chick down. That's okay, though. Let's reconfigure and put this in the sky for more damage to their face. And then if they block with Kumano, that's a pretty good block for us overall. Because we get that Exile against a deck that potentially likes to keep that creature in the grave. It really depends. There's a new 4-drop Puppeteer that some Grixis decks are running. So they might take the 4, guys. They do end up blocking. Get that other Kumano down and ready. Now next turn, if we don't lose this, we can unequip it. And then pay the 2 when we swing in with 3... No. I'm sorry, guys. We won't get to swing in with this Kumano over here. Yeah, Shieldred. That's pretty gross. That's pretty gross. Mountain, I'm actually just going to keep that in hand. There's no great reason to play it. Because if they have something like, I don't know, like a Liliana... No, we should probably play it just in case. Because we don't entirely know what the opponent's deck consists of. It looks like basic Grixis, but you never know right now. We're at the beginning of a format, so... Back up to 11. Shieldred's a big problem, guys. Ooh. Blood Tithe Harvester. As a blocker. Rabbit Battery. We're down to 12. Kumano flips. Okay. Well, how do we want to do this? Because I guess we want to bring back the other Phoenix chick, so swinging with this Rabbit Battery is fine. Has to be 3 or more creatures, so there's 3. Yeah, we don't have a lot of options here, guys. If we let the game go on for too long, like this is a full swing, regardless of what the blocks look like, regardless of how much damage the opponent can potentially do next turn. Like, we just gotta go, go, go. This is a weird little game where we only saw our 1-drops and mana, which is super weird. Yeah, block the battery, take 6. Yeah, they might not have removal here. They might actually be taking 6 here. Down to 7. Back up to 9 after it's their turn. Alright. We need a great draw, guys. That Mishra would be amazing. It would have been amazing, actually, this whole game. That's a lot of mana. That's a lot of mana for Grixis to have. Well, probably something deadly. Blue, 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 blue. Oh, this might be that new serpent? Oh, maybe. I don't know what the double black would be for. 4 blue, 2 black is what they ended up tapping there. It is. It's a Blade Coil Serpent. Let me see this. Oh, they didn't go red here. Give it haste and then swing in for victory? Wait. Double red, right? +1, +0, gains trample and haste. Yeah, I think I just would have died there, right? Oh, Phyrexian Dragon Engine. It's actually a pretty great draw, guys, but they got us this time. I'm pretty sure they could have had us last turn, but they didn't. We just full swing, and then I'll let them close this game out, just in case they have any quests where they have to attack with creatures, which is a relatively annoying quest sometimes. Got a bunch of damage through it. We kind of get to see here the power of a Shieldred, where, I mean, we obviously know it's powerful, but that 2 life every turn can really hold back certain decks. A good game, opponent, by the way. I don't think I dropped that yet. Alright, let's see what else we can face today. More Grixis would be pretty scary, but also, I think we could have drawn a lot better there. I feel like overall, like, we had to mulligan there too, didn't we? Yeah, I feel like we could have just seen a lot more. That Blade Coil. That new Serpent, though. That looks like a build-around style card, doesn't it? That looks like it was designed to close up some games. Alright, I'll keep this. We go first. I like the crown with the Phoenix chick, like, a lot, so we'll see if we can actually pull that off here, too. I don't like how this Mishra is showing up in our opening hand, because it just doesn't... Like, it's not something you want to see right away, you know? So you can get the crown down this turn. Can equip the rabbit battery as well. Crown next turn would be fine. I like that more. Sure, we take a damage. But yeah, equipping the crown next turn just seems a little bit better since we don't have, like, a 3-drop in hand. Army of Transients, huh? Okay. So, Phoenix Chick? Alright, we're just gonna put all of our eggs in one basket here. Gotta be careful with the auto tapper. Pretty cool, guys, pretty cool. 4 damage in the air. If we see a mana, we can get that claimed by Gix down and start to get that extra damage through. So yeah, land off the top would be pretty good now. Whoa, Thran Portal. I mean, that's how you know they're pretty confident about life gain in their build, you know? So there's definitely lifelink and other things inside Selesnya enchantments, though, so... Jukai Naturalist. Lifelink creature number 1. The good news is it wasn't removal right out the gate for the Phoenix Chick, or they decided that they could actually wait a turn before using the removal. We'll give them an option, like which one do they want to remove style thing, you know? Down to 7, and I gotta be real with you guys, I think we're in danger. You never know, they might not find some things here. Army of Transients, so Circle of Confinement is probably the likely card here. Yeah, Circle of Confinement hits the Phoenix Chick, but it doesn't hit Mishra. We get to keep our Rabbit Battery and the Crown. No swings from the opponent. We found the 5th mana, guys. But I think it's just Phoenix Chick. Attach Crown, attach Battery, and swing. Still not enough. It's almost there. The ward sacrifice a permanent might be enough to stop them from doing this nonsense, though. Tough decision. We're almost there. Oh, if we swing with Mishra? Oh yeah, they block with Naturalist. And then they're fine. Actually, is that still worth it? Yeah, let's keep going. If we get that Naturalist off the board, that seems pretty worth it to me, guys. Even if they double block. Yeah, we'll do this. They're down to 4. They block with Naturalist. They are forced to block with Naturalist if they want to survive here. So they're back up to 2. I think that's pretty good, guys. I think that's pretty good. We'll see, though. Yeah, like, getting that lifelink off the board is pretty essential. And then also, like, the whole enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, too. Getting that off the board is pretty huge. Because now if they want to do something substantial, then they actually are probably going to have to tap out here because they only have the 3 mana. Grand Portal dealing 1 to them every turn. No more lifelink, so they need to play another land and have something fancy. Because the Mishra is about to close this up. What an awesome game, guys. So, yeah, GG opponent. Overall, I feel like maybe they were getting a little unlucky. I feel like they could have seen a bit more mana. Maybe being able to play a couple removal per turn too. But, I mean, they did see 2 pieces of removal. That was pretty sick. I'm actually pretty proud of how the deck is running so far. We'll see if we can keep up the pace, I suppose. It'd be nice to see more consistency overall. Which I've noticed is a little bit of a trend with my recent builds. They don't feel super consistent, more like really chaotic, and then a lot of the times it feels like we're getting a little lucky. We go first. There's the Tamer again in our starting hand. I guess we keep this. It's a... yeah. Yeah, we keep this. This is fine. We'll get that rabbit battery down. We don't know what we're up against, but like, overall we should be fine. Get the crown ready instead of the other rabbit battery here. Phoenix chick. Yeah, we're gonna swing for one. And then get the crown on the board and ready to go. And start equipping that next turn, potentially. I think keeping a 2-mana hand is completely fine. Ooh. Oh, especially when we see cards like Feldon help us find mana. It's a great block for them, though. Yeah, the first strike on Thalia really comes in handy. Is it worth it? See the top 2 cards let the battery go through? Or do they block battery, let the Feldon go through? If so, is the 2 damage worth it? I think it's all worth it. I think we just go, man. I think we go. Okay, Feldon, let's see 2. Let's see some land here. Oh no, the Mishra. That's okay. At least we saw the mountain, which is pretty important. Let's get rabbit battery number 2 down and keep the Phoenix chick as a little bit of a surprise. Yeah, Feldon, there's so many things that you can do with Feldon, and I love it. Like, we didn't have to do that. We didn't have to be greedy with it. We didn't have to swing into Thalia. We decided to because we weren't seeing our mana that we needed, so we found the mana, and I'm satisfied. Now, if we find more mana off the top, we can equip the Dragon Engine. Let's take that 3. Opponent rocking some soldiers. Oh, hey! Nice. We don't get to see the Survivor very often, so nice addition, opponent. So the crown equips well. Squeeze, okay. Let's get crown on the Phoenix chick here. Just spend the 2 so we're not taking extra damage. Could put it on a battery so they block better here, but we're just gonna like keep them back. Technically we're on the defense, but it's not like Phoenix chick is great at defending, and cards like Squee like is not that great at defending either. Like everything in our deck wants to attack. I guess like Dragon Engine would be a good pick, but like Brutal Cathar is almost a guaranteed. When you're versing soldiers, it's almost guaranteed to be in their hands. So, yeah, they're actually keeping the Thalia back, probably anticipating more damage from us. Okay, we found a Mishra, but we're not seeing the mana this time round. Oh, buddy. Could just equip the Phoenix chick and see if they block here. They have this 1 mana open. See what we draw. I don't know what this 1 mana could be right now. Let's see what we draw, because they might just take the 4-2 down to 10, which actually would be pretty bad for us. Okay, we're dead. We're super dead. Yeah, because we can't do anything here, so actually we should probably take this off, unattached from creature, since we can't play anything. So a block there would have been much better for us. Now we need to get emergency blockers back on the ground. That's pretty funny though. Yeah, if they did trade there, then oh, they even had enough to draw off of this. Oh, that's pretty gross. 5 mana available for them. Yeah, if we can get that mana for the Mishra, then this... Ooh, there's the Cathar. That takes care of the Phoenix chick without us being able to draw off the crown. At this point, like, we do have removal in here. We have 2 Abrades, 2 Go for the Throats that can take care of Cathar, but I don't think we make it out of this one, guys. It's 14 damage on the board. So we will go ahead and stop the Thalia and take 10. I'm curious to see what we draw here, but it's not like we have any board wipes, so I think this is theirs this time round, guys. That's a tough board state to go up against. Yeah, we didn't even get a chance to get the Claimed by Gix down. I'm pretty sure I have 24 mana in here, guys. I'm pretty sure. We'll get the swing. We're gonna let them swing it on out too, because a nice wide board state like that is pretty fun to swing with. Get their blocks in, because why not? They might have that quest where you have to destroy opponent's creatures, which is also a relatively annoying quest too, huh? I like the ones where you just gotta play the cards. They get a draw off the officer too. We'll drop them the good game. This is nasty, guys. I keep saying it, but it's no wonder people are rocking soldiers. Again, though, it's like chaotic, like swings between losses and victories. Has this been happening to you guys too? I feel like it's been happening like this whole past week, just super chaotic. Like we'll get a defeat where it's like, oh man, feels like we got unlucky. And then we'll get a crazy victory and it's like, oh man, I can't believe we got so lucky. Maybe it's just the decks I'm putting together too, though. I have no idea. Can't find your deck? Decks with missing... Wait, what? What was that? I don't think I ever read that one before. Where's everyone's decks hiding? Okay, no black source, but it doesn't matter. This is a pretty good hand. This is better than what we've been seeing, especially seeing like how much we could actually draw into here too. We don't care about the second chapter on Kumano. We're just gonna get that out there as soon as possible. If I would have drawn like a tapped dual land, then that would have probably changed the order of things that I was playing. Oh, we're in trouble, guys. Oh, those were a couple of pretty bad draws. And we're up against potentially mono white soldiers. With an Adeline, too. Oh, man. It's too bad Adeline isn't a soldier. I mean, oh, never mind. That would be terrible. Never mind. If Adeline was also a soldier, I think we know what 3-drop everyone would be running, right? A rabbit battery. Okay. So we have a turn 4 rabbit battery with the dragon engine if we get battery down now. But like we're getting pretty close to death here, so we're gonna keep etching back with the Ironhoof Boar. And then block the Adeline and use our combat trick and hope that it works. So even if they drop a Brutal Cathar here to grab one of our creatures. Oh, Valiant Veteran. Oh, don't have a second one. Don't have a second one, please. Okay, they don't have it. Luckily, it doesn't buff the Adeline because it's not a soldier, so nice. Oh, that buffs the Adeline, though. Oh, okay, they're only getting it to a 6/5. Whew. It's a close one, guys. Well, it really comes down to what's in their hand, too. Let's get this combat trick rolling. See if it actually is successful, because it could be like... Okay, it's not removal, but we're in danger, guys. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Like, we have the dragon engine with the battery, but now it's just not that great because they went so wide with the Adeline. We actually have to keep this wide. Like, attaching this is not good. we have to keep it as an extra blocker. So, yeah, let's see what they end up doing. So far against soldiers, our deck seems pretty slow, but at the same time, Pretty poor draws. I still like the opening hand, though. We could have mulliganed, look for the black source, I suppose, but the lay down arms, and they wrap up this game very quickly. Pretty scary stuff, guys. So if they just go wide with the frontliner here, like just don't put all your eggs into one basket with the veteran. Either way, they have... Wait, we gained 3 life from the lay down arms. Oh. Nice. I gotta try to remember that there's a downside to the lay down arms, right? Another mountain. Excavation Prodigy. Yeah, that's that. Let's just go ahead and swing here. We could like use the ability, but like we could use the ability to trade out the Ironhoof Boar, get the double red mana, and see if we could find removal. But like we're just we're way too far behind for any of that to matter, you know? Let's drop them the GGs and let the soldiers swing on in again. Whew, very scary stuff, guys. Very scary. Maybe, just maybe, we'll have time for one more, especially if they're this fast. I do think that this deck has power in it, but we're probably going to have to talk about more removal, as not only are we not seeing removal, we're also struggling to see the black sources of the build too, so it really depends. I don't think we want more black sources. I think it's a good amount. So one more. Really, I just want to see this opening hand so I can go over the final thoughts a little bit better. Yeah, only red sources and another opener with Mishra Tamer. I can't tell if that's just how it is or if we're getting unlucky here. It's a pretty solid hand overall. We're going to start with Rabbit Battery. A turn 2 Kumano is fine, or a turn 2 Abrade. They have a swamp. Hey, Sulfurous Springs. Okay, we might have a chance here. Actually get the Sulfurous Springs down and start with the swing. Kumano gonna drop here and buff the Dragon Engine next turn. That could be pretty sweet. Looks like we're up against some mono black. Liliana probably takes out the Rabbit Battery.
Right? And you think you can win?
But we will have time to take out, unless they drop a second Liliana, which would be pretty bad for us. Yeah, second Liliana would be bad, but I don't think that stops us from still playing this out. Mono Black is now rocking the go for the throats, so taking out... I think we get rid of Tamer here, guys. I don't think we get rid of the other mountain. As funny as that is. The Tamer could be pretty good. But I think that's what we discard over the mountain. Sheoldred! Get out of here, Sheoldred. At least the double strike takes care of it. Actually, yeah, with the Abrade. That's beautiful. Another mountain. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have gotten rid of the mountain. Uh-oh. Mano number 2. Do we just double? Do we full swing at this Liliana? That's ridiculous, right? I think we do that, though. I think we do that. They might actually just let their Sheoldred just chill, and then just let the Liliana die. Let's see what they do. Okay, not bad. It's a good trade for us, guys. It's a good trade for us. They're tapped out and everything. We're gonna do that right now. Get that Sheoldred out of here. Kumano's gonna drop this turn, even though a second Liliana could hit. It's worth getting these down as soon as possible so they can flip to etching as soon as possible. Second Liliana does end up hitting the board, guys. Okay, we can unearth this, though. Oh, and that's exactly what we're gonna do, too, huh? Let's unearth this. We're gonna swing at the Liliana. It sucks that we're not getting extra damage to their face, but like, taking care of these planeswalkers that can run away with the game is pretty important overall.
It's no fun when they hit back.
This flips to Etching next turn. 5 mana means Invoke Despair could clean up this Kumano. It is gonna be an Invoke Despair. Oh man. This is gonna be an uphill battle, guys. Excavation. Prodigy can ditch the Rabbit Battery and see what we find. But a swing too. Just getting swings in general is probably better. I don't know. I don't know about this auto tapper sometimes. I guess we could play the Haunted Ridge too, though. We better, right? We better actually equip the battery as well. And let's put it on the Phoenix Chick because of the evasion. And honestly, guys, we're in trouble. Excuse me, I gotta get a drink real quick while the opponent takes their turn. Ooh. Okay. Invoke Despair. So, sacrifice creature. That's gonna have to be the Phoenix Chick, right? We're down to 10 just from these invokes. Whoa, Feldon's a terrific draw, guys. Oh, man. That is such a good draw because guess what? We get to bring that Phoenix Chick back. Let's do this. Opponent's down to 5. We're going to attach the Rabbit Battery, and we're going to attach it to the Phoenix Chick. Because what the Xander's Lounge tells us is they have a board wipe in here. Most likely the domain board wipe. This is a lot, guys. This is anyone's game. Opponent, what you got? What you got, buddy? There's still 5 cards in their hand. Sheoldred number 2 hits the board. Well, it's gotta be removal for the Phoenix Chick then, right? They're looking around here like, what do we remove? What's the best thing to hit? Well, if you have like normal removal, oh! Blood Tithe Harvester's in this deck, guys. I thought it was mono black for sure, but I missed that they discarded a Harvester earlier. Yeah, they're gonna keep the 3 mana open and... oh, okay. Mountain's pretty bad. Mountain is pretty bad. We could use this ability, but I don't think it's gonna be worth it, guys. We're gonna full swing. Yep, this is a full swing. Because they need removal. Oh, the Feldon is not the one to block. Oh, they're letting us see 4 cards deep, guys. I'm down. Let's see what we find here. Oh, buddy, another Feldon, but the Mishra, though. Oh, do we just play it? What do we do? Look at these cards. Okay, the Mishra, right? Do we play it next turn? The board wipe's pretty scary. Oh, the domain board wipe can only hit for like -4 though, right? Let's get this down. Let's get the mountain. No, we don't need to actually get the mountain down. Actually gonna reconfigure here too to get this to a 4/6 instead. Yeah, this is fine. Back up to 4 for the opponent. Oh man. I wasn't expecting such an intense last game. A duress, check out that mountain. Fable of the Mirror Breaker gets more blockers on the ground. They need removal for that Phoenix Chick for sure. Because the Rabbit Battery is going to go right back onto that Phoenix Chick. Whoa! Mishra number 2? They don't have lifelink. They have 3 swamps open's the problem, guys. 3 swamps open. Can play the mountain now that they see it. They're going to take 2 damage from the Mishra. The Phoenix Chick has to land here for victory. It does land, guys. They were out of removal. Or they didn't. Well, they only had the single cut down this game, actually. So again, more chaos, guys. What is this? Has this been happening to you too? I just feel like it's kind of all over the place. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but I feel like I got lucky here, right? And then when we lose, it feels like we got unlucky. Ah, man. Maybe I am imagining it. Either way, this was a pretty fun build, guys. I do think that I do think it's pretty good. I mean, we really have to talk about this Tamer on the top end, though. I know I included it. I thought it was going to be pretty decent, and I wanted to include it for the Mishra theme. But you're going to be better off just running the extra play with fire for sure, 100%, or more removal. Something else, an obliterating bolt would be pretty good if you're seeing a lot of soldiers like I am. Anything else that might be good against soldiers would be better over the Tamer here too. Burn down the house, that could be pretty solid because Mishra works pretty well with burn down the house. You create those 3/1/1s and swing on in, get that damage through, or you can wipe the soldiers wide board state. So actually, yeah, that's probably what you want to do there. Take out the Tamer and add a burn down the house or a play with fire or removal of your choice. Feldon's incredible, guys. I can't believe we actually were able to use it in that last game there because, yeah, whenever it's dealt damage, man, you get to find cards. We actually saw a Mishra off the top there too at the end. So if they did find removal for this, we might still be in that match, honestly, but they needed removal for the Phoenix Chick because of the evasion, which always comes in handy. And again, the evasion on this paired with the crown was pretty solid. I don't think we want more than 1 crown though, but you could test out 2 if it's working out wonders for you. Rabbit Battery, honestly, you could probably drop this to 3 of them, but you don't want to go down to 2 because I do think it is that important. If you do go down to 3, again, it depends what you're up against, guys. If you're up against a lot of soldiers, yeah, you need more removal against that. Like, we were really struggling against the soldier matchups. So, Mishra Excavation Prodigy, as a one-of in here, I think it works. It's definitely better than the other Mishra in here. I still think Tamer could do a thing or two, but it really didn't do a thing or two today at all. So Ironhoof Boar was excellent. We got to use that combat trick, and if you ever do get to use this with the Dragon Engine, then you might be able to close up some games, honestly. Simple things like Kumano on turn 2 instead of turn 1, so that way the Dragon Engine can be a 3/3 double strike is kind of insane. And then the Unearth on the Dragon Engine is really, really good, isn't it? Yeah, I really liked this, guys. Obviously, we're going to have to return to Mishra in the future and see if we can actually get that meld ability as well. Either way, guys, let me know down in the comments, what would you add or take out? What kind of Mishra builds have you been putting together? I know that it's probably more realistic to try this out in like a mid-range style shell, because mid-range might just do better right now, especially again with all the soldiers floating about. But I feel like the aggro works pretty well here too. Something else as well, if you don't like the 3 squeeze, I know some people are pretty picky with legendary creatures. If you ever do drop this down to 2 squee, then again, more removal might be necessary. Something else, guys, the more removal you add, kind of makes the Mishra claimed by Gix a little bit worse, because it likes to have those creatures on the board too. So, man, now I'm conflicted. I guess yeah, in that case, burn down the house has to be the best option, right? Maybe a couple of those on the top end, that way you can get those creatures if you need them, or you can also just wipe that incredible board state from the opponent. Yeah, it depends. It really depends. I'm going to have to return to this one, guys. Either way, this video is a very long one. I apologize for that. If you guys made it this far in, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.